For the past few years, the employment scenario in India has been on a worrying downslide. Reports have often shown worsening job markets, which, coupled with the COVID-19 crisis in 2020, posed a huge challenge for the government. In December 2019, 4 months before the lockdown, 48% of India's workforce was self-employed, which rose to 64% by August 2020, indicating declining employment opportunities. According to the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, the worst fall in employment during the pandemic was in April 2020. More than 113 million workers were rendered jobless by the lockdown. The fall in employment was much larger for women compared to men. All of this made Budget 2021 extremely crucial for the revival of the economic condition of the masses, and everyone had their high hopes pinned on it. But did it fulfill all of them? In this video, we shall analyze Budget 2021 from the point of view of generating employment opportunities and try to present the main points of discussion from the same.
As far as employment is concerned, heavy focus has been laid on infrastructure projects. Rupees 1.97 lakh crores has been allocated to 13 sectors for over 5 years. 7 textile parks and 1 seaweed park shall be made in Tamil Nadu. Economic Corridor, National Highway Works and Public Bus Transport Augmentation Scheme of Rupees 18,000 crores has been decided. Heavy investments in artificial intelligence will help boost the startups and businesses concerning the sector. The budget aims at setting up a global supply chain and ensuring heavy multinational company investments in the country. This will not only help to boost the employment of graduates in the country, but it will also help to open new job market. As far as gender equality is concerned, 2021 budget heavily emphasizes on the importance of women workforce and the contributions of women to various fields. Special steps shall be taken to ensure adequate security for all the women working in night shifts, and minimum wage shall be equal for all irrespective of gender. Such steps will ensure that everyone gets an equal opportunity. One nation, one ration card and extended social security will provide additional benefits to the gig workers as well as to the unorganized labor workforce.
In order to nurture the fast-growing startup economy in India, Budget 2021 has taken few steps. Number 1. Tax holiday or the period for which taxes are reduced or exempted has been extended by more than a year for startups. They will also have another year at their disposal to claim tax holiday. Number 2. The permissible limit of foreign direct investment in the insurance sector has been increased from 49% to 74%. This will provide a growth impetus to startups in this sector. Having talked about some probable positives, we now look at a few probable shortcomings of Budget 2021 with respect to employment opportunities. Although the budget discusses major infrastructural pushes as discussed earlier, experts feel that the relaxation of the strained job market shall not happen anytime soon. The projects specially discussed have long gestation periods, meaning long, frustrating time spans between investment of a project and its actual start, which shall not help in providing any immediate relief to the job market. These projects also tend to lean towards capital dependence, decreasing scope for human labor. A major point to be discussed here, as pointed out by several economists, is the surprising lack of proactiveness for providing relief to MSMEs. This sector employs nearly 40% of the country's informal workers, being also the sector that was hit worst by the lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Several of these enterprises faced very cruel outcomes due to the same, and job losses for the unorganized sector were at an all-time high, explaining the 3.5% increase in agricultural employment in October-December 2020 compared to October-December 2019. As a result, an initiative for quick urban job growth and immediate assistance to MSMEs was required more than ever, but Budget 2021 failed to provide any allocation for this purpose, apart from the 150 crore rupees allocated for a national database for registering informal workers, although detailed clarity on which is missing. Now, while many of you may argue that the budget allocated for the MSME sector doubled from the original estimate, 64% of it is for the Guarantee Emergency Credit Line Facility, which is a scheme for providing guaranteed and collateral-free credit to MSMEs and individual entrepreneurial borrowers. This, experts feel, does not classify as immediate relief, of which the sector is in dire need of, as most of the sector is unregistered and informal, limiting uptakes of loans under the said scheme. This scheme may not be of much help after all. In such a scenario, direct cash transfer would have been of much more help. For several years now, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act has been the flagship program of the central government for rural employment. More recently, it stood out as a lifeline for millions of migrant workers who went back to their homes in rural areas during the pandemic-induced lockdown. As a result, increase in allocation towards this scheme was the need of the hour in order to tackle the stressed rural job scene and at the same time improve it, to decrease migration to urban areas and curb such disasters in the future as the one we saw during the lockdown. But this opportunity seems to have not been taken duly, as allocation towards this scheme has been 35% lower than expected, and analysts are at a loss over the probable reason behind this. The budget also posed a wonderful opportunity to increase the pitifully low wages of ASHA, Anganwadi and A&M workers, whose exemplary and pioneering service during the pandemic deserved appraisal, but this opportunity also seems to have been missed. So that was our take on Budget 2021 with respect to creating employment opportunities. We have tried our best to bring forth the valid points in this regard in front of you. Do share your thoughts with us in the comment section. And if our approach appeals to you, do not forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel for future notifications. Until then, towards knowledge, towards awareness.